First at 4, meet the president. MSU's new boss is talking about his plans to deal with the Larry Nassar scandal. Ben.
After yesterday's outbreak across parts of Indiana and Ohio, severe weather is back, but how close is it going to get to us? Jason?
All right, Ben. Also ahead, is your job stressing you out? Paula Tutman looks into a new medical diagnosis.
I'm sorry, I can't come to work today. I have burnout syndrome. Oh yeah, we're talking about this one for sure.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm Jason Colthorpe in for Karen today. First at 4, Michigan State University is hoping to turn the page on the Larry Nassar crisis that has crippled the campus there for about 3 years now. Today, Dr. Samuel L. Stanley Jr. was introduced in East Lansing as MSU's new permanent president. MSU's Board of Trustees this morning formally approved his appointment. Dr. Stanley comes to Michigan State after serving 10 years as president of Stony Brook University in New York. He said as a medical doctor, he saw the Larry Nassar scandal as a gross and incomprehensible betrayal of trust. He says he's meeting with Nassar survivors, and that is a priority for him.
It's going to be one of my top priorities when I get to campus. I want to do it as the president of Michigan State University. I think that's important. But I'm really looking forward to hearing their stories, their thoughts, and understanding how I can help and how the university can help and what are the steps we may need to take, things that may not have been implemented yet that might make a difference. So that's going to be a very high priority for me coming forward.
Stanley is set to begin his tenure as MSU president on August 1st, but questions still remain about how he was selected. We'll have reaction to his appointment coming up tonight at 5. We're following breaking news out of Woodhaven today, where southbound I-75 is back open at West Road after a semi-fire there. Earlier today, it was shut down after a semi carrying several cars caught fire. You can see the aftermath there. Right now, police trying to figure out how that fire started in the first place. A 25-year-old man is in custody after 2 separate shootings on I-94 near I-275. Early this morning, troopers shut down part of I-94 between Hagerty and 275 after a report of a shooting. A driver said a car pulled alongside and opened fire. A similar scenario unfolded Monday morning when another driver told police his car was shot several times. Neither driver was injured. Police did make an arrest at an apartment complex in Romulus. We'll have more information on the arrest live at 5. The CEO of Quicken Loans is trying to reassure the public about Dan Gilbert's recovery. We've now learned Gilbert had a stroke while at the hospital Sunday. Right now, Jay Farner says Gilbert is responsive and resting.
Dan and his family very much appreciate that, and we'll just keep supporting him as he now rests and recovers, and we take care of business for him. We've got a great team at the family of companies, and I know we'll do him proud as he's resting.
Gilbert's family is asking for privacy as he continues his recovery. We'll keep you posted as they share any updates. We're feeling the heat outside there today. That's good and bad if you've been waiting for this heat. Ben Bailey standing by with the first forecast.
Yeah, Jason, those 80-degree temperatures, at least in our south zone, could be fueling some strong storms, even though most of us are going to skip out on it. There's just that thin sort of ribbon of that marginal risk that lies in the south zone. It's enough to keep our eyes peeled. So far, nothing on 4 Live radar until you get just to the south of us. And you can see that line of thunderstorms there from Fort Wayne to Defiance. There is a warning out southwest of Fort Wayne, but so far it looks like most of this stuff is going to stay south of the state line. There's just a slim chance that any of it gets north in Michigan. Temperatures, though, at least in the metro and south zones, are going to fall out of the 70s and into the 60s. Where do you see the difference between the numbers in the north and south zone currently and where we're going tonight? All coming up in a few minutes. Jason.
Ben, and yeah, we have seen what those storms can do. Our neighbors in Ohio and Indiana say some towns look like war zones after a swarm of tornadoes ripped through both states Monday night. Severe weather is taking a heavy toll across the middle of the country. Our Kimberly Gill's in the newsroom. And Kim, these storms have really been relentless.
Yeah, they really have, Jason. Good afternoon to you. An estimated 53 tornadoes touched down in 8 states on Monday, and it looks like some of the heaviest damage is in the small western Ohio city of Salina. The fire chief there says 1 person died in the storms and 7 are injured. Up to 90 homes have been damaged, with some knocked off their foundations. And it's a similar story in Dayton, where hospitals have reported 60 injuries since the storms ripped through that area. Homes and businesses have just been torn apart there. Indiana residents are also picking up the pieces. All the damage leaving so many people just shell-shocked.
It was sickening. You know, I mean, your whole business is gone.
I came out last night, and I mean, the first things I thought of was war zone.
Yeah. Well, in Arkansas and Oklahoma, flooding is a story there thanks to the swollen Arkansas River. Right now, the river is already above 40 feet northwest of Little Rock, and it could crest above the record-setting 43 feet by this Saturday. So we'll keep you posted as the river rises. Arkansas's governor has already declared a state of emergency there, so we'll keep monitoring it for you. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio, Jason.
All right, Kim, we appreciate it. Thanks. Sure. It's a common complaint. Many of you have probably felt mentally worn out or emotionally exhausted from work. Now, that burnout syndrome is officially recognized by the World Health Organization as a medical condition. So how is it diagnosed, and what does it mean for you in your workplace? Our Paula Tutman went looking for answers.
So tell me how this phone call would go. I'm sorry, I can't come to work for the next 2 days. No, I don't have the flu. I'm not contagious. No, I didn't have eye surgery. No invasive medical procedure. No, I don't have some horrible disease. No, I'm stressed out. I'm burned out. The World Health Organization has made it official, saying that burnout is now a legitimate medical diagnosis. So when doctors check their guidelines book of the International Classification of Diseases, they will now see a new disease or disorder, burnout. So you think you should be able to call your boss and say, you know what, I'm burned out today?
Yeah, today's not a good day. Let's reschedule some things, let's shift it, because you want to give your all, right? You want to be your best when you come to work, and that gives you that opportunity.
Not sure if you have burnout? Here are the classified symptoms. Feelings of energy depletion or exhaustion, increased mental distance from one's job, or feelings of negativism or cynicism, reduced professional efficacy.
People get tired of doing their jobs, but I don't know about burnout. I don't think it should be a condition.
But the question remains, if you have the disorder, how do you treat it? Can Big Pharma come up with a pill that makes you not feel so badly about working hard at your job? Can you legitimately go to a doctor for an easy diagnosis that won't be considered or misconstrued as a mood or emotional disorder? Or what are the inner and outer edges of the disorder?
Burnout has existed since we have had jobs. The issue now is it's being medicalized, and I'm not really sure what the benefit to that is. There are, I'm sure, going to be multiple studies now looking at what we can either do to diagnose it better or really ideally to treat it if we consider it a medical problem.
This is still really early yet, and now the mode of treatment has to catch up with the diagnosis.
I don't think that calling this a medical condition is really going to help anybody. And if someone showed up in the emergency department and said I was burned out, I'd say, go home and get a good night's sleep.
Okay, so whether or not this new medical designation is legitimate or illegitimate, it'll be up to your local HR department to decide how they handle your call. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
And if they call Dr. McGeorge, it might not fly over so well. By the way, according to the World Health Organization, the diagnosis only applies to your work. It should not be applied to other life situations. Still ahead, state by state, the battle over abortion is being fought all over again. This week, we could see something that hasn't happened since 1973. We'll explain. And in trending stories, we're going to talk about summer savings at the movies. See if the offer might work for your family.